Students of Ifa and Isheshe, you're welcome to class. Today we'll be talking about the difference between Akosejaye, Isefa, and Itefa. And of course, this is your university, Isheshe University, where we're breaking Isheshe down to you as simple as ABC. In one of my previous classes, I talked about Akosejaye in one of my graphics videos. So today I'll be going into it briefly. Then we'll talk about Ishefa and then Itefa. Akosejaye is the first divination that you do on the third day of giving birth to your child. Now, it's like meeting with someone at the airport and then you are opening the person's luggage, you understand, to know what the content of that luggage is. In that first divination, very important details about the child's life, personality, and path will be revealed. For example, the Ayomo, meaning the destiny of that child, will be revealed. The Aladimo of that child will be revealed, and so many things. So, Ayomo means destiny. So, if this child is destined to be a lawyer, a doctor, it will be revealed that, oh, this child, though, is going to, be a lawyer. This child is going to be, a therapist. This child is going to be a fashion designer. It will be revealed. Now, when the babalawo reveals this to the parents will then have the are then they are in the position or they have the task to then help this child, to guide this child. You understand? So when you've been told that your child is going to become a doctor, of course you will be helping the child, in the child's choices, even starting from the kind of, toys that you buy for the child. Definitely start buying, things like stethoscope or thermometer or, something that will start, preparing the child for that particular calling or duty that this child has to humanity. And then so, that is how it really helps everybody to be properly aligned and functional in a community. That is, part of the benefits of doing Akosejaye. That's number one. Number two, the aladimo of the child will be revealed. If it is Egbe, if it is Obatala, if it is Oshun, it will be revealed. Now, what do I mean by aladimo? For example, if the babalawo reveals that, oh, this child omo alaje ni o, omo alaje, like someone that will be very wealthy, they will tell you that, okay, olokun ni aladimo, that this child should be appeasing olokun. You understand? Now, what does this mean? Someone that is alaje omo will make a fantastic entrepreneur. You understand? People that do their own particular business, that that they employ people, that they have their own businesses. People that are allergiomo are not going to, function properly in a place where they are working under someone, or maybe in a typical 9 to 5. They will be, you know, CEOs, entrepreneurs, people that hold position where they are handling finances. You understand? So those kind of people, even if it's only pure water that they sell, they will always, make money. Like if we have three friends now, one of them is Alagiomo, and they are all selling the same thing. The Alagiomo will, like, be making a lot of money. You understand? Even more than the rest. It's just the person's essence. So then as the parent, what then do you now do? You then study the personality, the life, the Oduifa that has to do with Olokun, you understand, Ajay Moja, and then you will be like, be helping this child. Oh, where did, Olokun make mistakes? Okay. So these are the things that you're supposed to avoid as a child so that, you don't make the same mistakes. Okay. Like, okay, what are the do's, what are the don'ts? What is the personality? What do you expect from this child? Okay. What's just guides, you understand. Those are parts of the benefits of, knowing the Odu, knowing the Aladimo of the child. So it really, really helps a lot. A lot of things are like, revealed that helps parents to be able to raise their child and also be able to help their child to quickly align with their destiny. Personally, I feel like if our parents had, had this kind of knowledge, it probably would have helped many of us. So many of us would not have, had to go through all the turmoil and all the issues that we had to go through before getting to, our destination. So that now, if your parents did not, do their Akosejaye for you, that is where Isefa and Itefa comes in. Now, what is Isefa? I'm going to try and explain this to you in, like, simple everyday terms. So, for example, when we talk about Isefa, which is like the first hand of, your initiation, if you've Itefa is like the complete hand, that's like the complete process. I have done my Isefa, I have not done my Itefa. So what does this mean for me? I have a computer, or let me say, if I want to, I'll refer this, to in Christian terms and also in everyday terms. So whichever one helps you to understand this better. Now, from the everyday terms, Ishefa is like having a phone that is connected to a 3G service. It works, yes, you understand. It works, but you know that the connection will be faster if it was, 5G or 6G. So now, let us now put Itefa on, say, 3G connection. So it sees. So I have this computer. Anybody, your phone right now, anybody can use your phone, you understand, to browse. So I can browse on any telephone that I see. So if I see any Okwele, you understand, I can, if I have done my, or if I've completed my, if I initiation, like, the learning process where I learned the Odu and the stories, the moral lessons, and I understand the binary, non-binary, I know the numbers, I know the codes and everything. That means that when I get to any babalawo and I say aboro aboyo, I can be able to use this person's phone to browse any topic that I want to know. It's the same thing with our phones. I can always approach you and say, oh, can I lend your phone? You understand? I can be able to, browse on different topics. However, I will not be able to know the, like, how do I put it? However, as in, I can go on your Facebook, for example, and I can type in my name. I can see my front page on your phone. You understand? I can view my Facebook profile on your phone. However, I will not be able to, see the inbox, the settings. I won't be able to see it. You understand the hair. So if I works that way too. So when you have done your Ishefa, you have this phone that browses. Anybody can browse on it. However, the broadband is, like, it's like 3G service. So when you then complete your Itefa, that is where you have, like, a larger or a stronger connection, sort of. Okay, let me explain it again. I want you to really understand me. So Ishefa is where you have, like, this Bible, this blue Bible, that small one, the New Testament Bible. There are some things you can just, read. That pocket Bible you can read, you understand, but it'll be different from when you have a big Bible that, it has reference, it has different pictures and all. You understand the hair. So Ishefa is like the first hand, your first phone. You can make phone calls on it, you can browse on it, but it is not detailed. It's not going to show you the back end. It's not going to show you the full inboxes. It's not going to show you all the full systems. You understand? Because what? It is just a small phone that has a 3G connection. So when you now do your Itefa, that is where, all the passwords, all the Gmail, all the search history, everything that has to do with your family, everything is revealed. Everything will be revealed to you when you do your Itefa. When you do your Ishefa, a part of it will be revealed to you. But when you do your Itefa, everything that has to do about your life, You understand? That is like where you are doing your own Akosejaye as an adult. The process requires a lot of things. To me, the way that I understand, especially with all the merriment and all the faji, the cooking parts, the drinking part, is like doing a brand new naming ceremony for you as an adult. One of the reasons why I have not done my Isefa is because I have a very strong, connection to my hair. When you want to do your Itefa, they will scrape your hair like you're going to go bald. They will scrape your hair. You have to be in your most natural state. You understand? You have to be in your most natural state. It has to be as if you are having like, a rebirth, as if you are being, quote and unquote, being born again. So in that particular Itefa, which is actually the complete and or your complete initiation process, everything that has to do with your destiny, your aladimo, everything will be revealed, just as the way it will be revealed to the parents of a baby that is that they are doing the divination on the third day. You understand? It will also be revealed to you like that. Everything that you knelt before Olodumare to ask, you understand, it will be revealed to you too. So that is where everything about you, your journey, what you are meant to be, who you are meant to become, where your path is, the best job for you to do, everything will be revealed. Most importantly, your Ewo will be revealed. Ewo means taboo. You see, some of us, we have spiritual allergies. We also have physical allergies. Some people cannot eat groundnuts. You understand? They start having reactions. Some people cannot, um, do as in eat this or that. Like people have allergies, yeah. So taboo is like taboo war is like your spiritual allergy. It will be revealed to you. It can tell you that okay, don't eat fish anymore. Now you might be like, oh, but I love fish. Well, that is the part that I appreciate about you know the initiation process. You will be taught discipline. Don't eat fish. It is for your own benefit. You see, you might be eating the fish now, you understand, but you don't know how that fish is affecting you, one, spiritually, and then physically. So many people would live, a relatively good life, healthy life, or whatever, but they're probably taking mangoes, and unknown to them, mango is causing something to their liver or to their kidney. You understand? Maybe their own body is not processing that the vitamins or whatever that is in that mango. Maybe their body is not processing it properly. So as they then continue to eat it over time, it starts affecting their body. You understand? So that's actually how a war works too. It works for both the spiritual and the physical. If you are told that, okay, we don't eat this in our house, you understand? A warning. It could be that, your body, you like maybe in your family, there's this particular, I don't know, maybe ailment or something that your ancestors have already discovered that, oh, because we eat this thing, it hurts us. You understand? After some time, they tell you that in our family we don't eat it. Also, some of these things in nature has played one or two parts. You understand in our life. Like I found out recently that we are not meant to eat mushrooms. And if you've watched the story of Abarake, my great 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 grandfather, you will know that okay, during a particular battle, Babarake had commanded the floor to grow forth mushrooms, you understand, to distract the path of the invaders. So we, out of respect, because we see mushrooms as our own help, you understand, as our friends, we don't eat, mushrooms. So many people also have a war. You understand? Like, we don't eat this thing. That thing might actually be maybe something that has to do with your lineage, number one, and also with might actually be affecting you in your body. So they tell you, oh, don't eat this thing, oh, don't drink that thing. So it will works that way. So Isefa is like where you have the first hand, the 3G connection, and then Itefa is where you then have like the bigger, the higher connection, maybe like 100, and you can browse anything, you can visit any website, you understand, your iOS is strong, there is no site that you cannot open, there is no there is nothing that is hidden about yourself. You are able to know yourself, you're able to understand your personality. So that is how Itefa and the Shefa works on is on in simple terms. You understand, to break it down to you in simple terms. That is how Ishefa, at least to the best of my to the best of my knowledge. So now Ifa, like I have said, is a computer. Those that have Ifa are not always computer operators. For example, I have a laptop. You understand? I might not know how to operate my laptop because what? I am not a computer engineer. So those that understand computer engineering that know how to operate it, they are the babalawos, the yanifas, you understand. So they are the ones that that they understand the binary and non-binary code. They are the ones that understand the gig, the RAM, the this, the that, you understand. They understand it, they know what a motherboard is, they know what panel is, they know the details of the computer. They also know how to connect to Wi-Fi. Not everybody that has a computer knows how to do that thing. So that is where the Yanifas and the Babalawos they come in. But back in the days when we were still, practicing our own indigenous, spiritual system before, we were colonized and all these things was, messed up with us, the father is your is meant to be the Babalawo. So it's your father that will teach you. You understand? Oduifa, this one, these are part of like the everyday things that it's supposed to actually be passed down from father to child. Down the line and all that. But all these things got there was a disconnection along the line. So the process of Itefa or Ishefa is where you get the sacred nuts. You're given the sacred nuts, and then there are leaves and other ingredients. Okay, let me talk about when I did my own Ishefa. So there were lots of leaves, and then I asked the Oluwo that was doing the Ishefa for me, like, okay, what does all those things mean? So he told me about ewe koko, ero. He was singing ero ni koko so ero. So like what is ero? Peace, ease. Then there was ewe aje, you understand? Ewe ogbon, like different leaves. I think I have a video of it down in my page. Then there was snail. Snail is what? Ero. Epo, palm oil. Ero. Like all those things, all these leaves, they have their own spiritual, or their own spiritual botanical name, and then their own spiritual function. So all those things are then put together, poured, as in all those leaves to be placed inside a very big bowl of water. Then they tell you start, using your hand to be washing it. You'll be washing that, like you'll be trying to release the essence of those leaves, all those, you'll be trying to release the essence into the water. So when you have like use your hand to blend it, they will now give you the ikin. You put it, and start using it to wash it, as if you are trying to wash. It is called ipori, you understand, like something that is connected to your essence. You're trying to use your hand to wash it. So the process of Ishefa of or Itefa should typically not be done behind you. You have to be connected to it. So you'll be told to wash it with your hand. You understand? You'll be washing, you'll be preparing it. You get, you'll be cleaning it. So that it's connected to your essence and people will be able to see. So after you have already washed it, it's as if you are like washing, like you are preparing something, your ori, like you are washing it, you are cleaning it, you are preparing it. After washing, then you now place it inside the white ball. You understand? Then from there, the Babalawo will now consult. Like, they're trying to test the Wi-Fi that, okay, is it connected? So they now start and then they dial OB. Then Tobi Batinyo. It means you are connected to the Wi-Fi. So from there, they then ask, oh, what do you want? Is it Oti, Obi? Don't forget, like I've said several times, Oti, Obi, all those ingredients, they have their own spiritual meaning. You understand? So Obi is like the messenger that, when you want to ask questions, yes or no, Obi. Wada Obi. So when his face is down, up, or when one face up, one down, it's all was communication with Ulodumare, the divine. So if I like a telephone, it doesn't really make any sense thinking about it now that Olodumare will create all of us without leaving a channel to be able to, communicate with us directly. So that is where Ifa comes in. Ifa is like a telephone that you used to communicate. So the process of you doing all those, washing and preparing is like, you trying to connect to the ultimate server. So from there, Babala will now test the connection, like, okay, are you connected? Then Ifa will say, like that for the teacher, like, making a phone call, like, okay, oh, okay, yeah, it's connected. So from there, anything that has to do with your life, your choices, or I want to get married, or I want to travel, or I want to do, what do? You call Olodumare, you understand, through Ifa, you understand, being like, the telephone connection that Orunmila helped us to, like, Orunmila helped us to, how do I put it? Will I say not create, like to invent for us to be able to speak with Olodumare. So anytime you want, if I is like, you going, press, like, going on the phone and calling, you understand? Oh, I want to speak with Olodumare, and then you then Orumila is like the intermediary, helping you to connect. Okay, this is the next step for you to do. Okay, because we cannot talk to Olodumare directly, so we have to go through channels. So that channel is Ifa. So yeah, so it's a very beautiful process. And though I have not completed my own, I've done my Isefa, and it was very simple. Like, all the things that we've watched on Nollywood really scared me. Like, okay, I hope we're not going to be buying people. And, everything that I have learned so far is completely different from what has been portrayed in all those things that we watched growing up. Everything that has kind of, conditioned our minds to believe, or, and also to run away from our own belief system. Like I said, I did not want this. In fact, I was scared to the bone. You understand? It took a lot of patience from my Oluwo to be able to even calm me down, to really, because the level, so I'm a very I have a mind of my own. So I'm a very, strong-minded person. So my initial response to this was, oh, hell no, I don't want to have anything to do with it. But my Oluwo, bless him, is a fantastic person. And through his gentle, Iwapele, and also his own guidance, I think I've been able to see a lot of things differently. So yeah. So if you have Ifa, it's like you having a cheat code. For example, so many people are going through life without having GPS. So I'm going to Lagos now. I can always ask, oh, good afternoon, sir. Please, I'm trying to get to Surulere. They'll tell you, oh, go straight. When you now get to that roundabout, you will now go left. When you go left, you will now slide to the right. You can actually end up missing your way. If I is like a GPS, you just type in the address, and then it keeps on, directing you to, it gets you to the destination. So anybody that has Ifa, the person kind of, has shortcuts in life. Now, if I want to do a business, and before I even go into that business, what do? I do my consultation too, because of what I don't want to waste money. In the past, I had already gone into a lot of businesses that did not go well. So if at that time I was consulting, if I would have told me, what, don't bother. You understand? It looks like a good deal at the moment, but it's not going to work. And why is it that it might not work? Number one, my expectation might fall short of what I expected it to be. Number two, there might be disappointment. Number three, when you do business, sometimes people can end up, taking your goods without paying, and at the end of the day, so if I tells you don't go, it sounds like a good business at the moment, but for you, it's not a good business. Why don't you try something? They tell you, oh, come up with like maybe 4, 5 different businesses. Then, they start consulting. And if I will tell you, okay, this is the one you should do. And if you do it, you understand. To bá ṣe pé ẹ bọ́ jáde ńbẹ̀ ni that you do the normal appeasement and everything, you're fine. If you want to marry someone now, you understand, like, when that love is burning, you go and ask if I will tell you, this love that you people are playing, this person is not gonna work. So this person is not your home charm. So it helps you to, like, waive a lot of things, not waste your time. You understand? So when if I ask you that this person is not going to work, if you don't have the freedom, you understand, you have free will. If you say, okay, I know the person break my heart, I still want to date that person. That's but when the person breaks your heart, you will not say, you already knew it was going to happen. So now you just live in denial. So if I is like a cheat code, it helps you to, to move faster. So instead of you to start, asking and just branching here and there, you know exactly where you're going to, because IFA is like the GPS that is, helping you. Okay, now turn right. Okay, turn left. You understand? You are now at your destination. So whatever it is that you want to do, you will not have to be, moving around or going around in circles anymore. You know exactly where you're going to. So to put this into like surround this up, Akosejaye is the first divination that you do for a child on the third day of the child's arrival to earth. The parents of the child, that's the father and the mother, are the ones that will, approach a babalawo to have this person, carry out this very important divination where everything about the child's, life path, career, destiny, orisha, everything will be revealed. That is Akosejaye. Now, Isefa is where you have the first hand of your Ifa initiation. That is like where you have like this small, like a connection, you understand, like a 3G connection, um, where you can be able to, browse or go through things on your phone. However, the speed might not be as fast, and also you might not be able to open some website, maybe because your OS or something is low, you understand. Then your Itefa is where you have joined like maybe the 10G, 100G, because if I is more than 6G, so that's like maybe like you join like the 500G or the infinite G, network capacity, and you can just browse any where you can ask about the past, the present, the future. You can even browse on behalf of someone. You can open any profile. Yeah, so that is Itefa. So I think this is like, for now, this is like the best I can be able to explain it, to break it down to you on simple terms. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. So I would like to say that for now, I don't do divinations. I do educational consultation. Many of us always want to jump into, the spiritual part, like I always say, without us understanding what is happening with us. So I don't jump to divination. Many people come into my DVR, I said, I don't do that. No, we have to first, have a one-on-one. We need to first talk so that I know exactly what, some people are looking for this Oreo, as in miracle Gigi. You understand? They think this is not Nollywood, like I always say. This is not somewhere that, no. You need to understand. You need to first know exactly what Isheshe is. You need to know exactly what Ifa is. You need to know the truth and not the lies that you've been told. Somebody asks me like, oh, Ifa money something. It is not, Ifa is not money something. No, it is a way of life. You understand? If you have Ifa, and you don't consult Ifa, and then they give you prescription, like prescription, maybe, okay, fine, let us say, okay, you need money, let us say that, like, maybe you have a headache, then they now give you paracetamol, they tell you to use it 3 times in a day, or maybe 2 times in a day. Now you now use it once in a week. Will that solve the headache? No, you have to use your drugs, you understand. Oh, use it 2 times a day, use it 2 times a day. That's exactly when you now start seeing what you start seeing results. So I don't do the divination. Many people always want to jump. Yeah, I don't used to jump. We will first sit down, we will talk about it. So I do one-on-one educational consultation. You understand? It costs 30,000 naira, where over a space of 48 hours, we talk about everything. You understand? We do a lot of research together. We do a lot of research to your background. We look at your personality. And then when I see that, okay, you are true about wanting to really know, and this is not just get rich quick scheme that you are looking for, that you're not going to find. And they said, okay, this is actually what you are trying to find yourself. That is actually where we then proceed to speaking to a babalawo. So I at the moment I am training with my oluwo, where I attend when he's attending to people, like maybe when he's doing divinations, I am always on the phone listening in, and then I also learn the Isefa from there. I understand a lot of things from there, so I am still in training. So I know I don't do divination. I cannot cast opele or maybe um um do the Ikin divination for you yet. Why? Because I'm still in training. However, I have been able to gain a lot of insights from the direction of Oromila, and then also from my own research, from the books, from all the lectures that I also take with different babalawos, and also people that are insight that have the insight into Ifa. I am able to break things down on educational level, and then when we need the spiritual part, like divination part, because I cannot do it yet, we then approach a competent babalawo in Anifa that will be able to carry it out. So please, I don't do divinations. If you want me to do any kind of educational consultations for you, that is where we start from. You understand? I will never jump to divination. Never. So if you would like to have like a one-on-one detailed educational consultation about your life or your current situation, you can feel free to slide into my DM. But if you're looking for divination, if you're trying to jump to the end without starting from the beginning, sorry, I cannot help you. It is a step-by-step process. So yes, and then of course, if you want to join the Sheshe University, we have the official merchandise that consists of our tote bag, t-shirts, all of our merchandise, and also books that's that comes in the student kit. So you have this, you also have your ID card and your enrollment form. So this gives you like access to the back end community that we are very, very picky about, because it's very important that we are all well aligned. So you can contact me to purchase a box, and then you'll be added to the group. And part of we are planning a lot of things in the group that of course is only the group members that have access to, and then we'll also be doing lots of hangouts and chill outs in the future. So yes, you can also join. So I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two from this class. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. My friend Orinu is asking me to do like I think a live video. I have never done this live video. I don't really know much about TikTok. I don't even really know how to navigate except except to upload my videos and go. So I am not a social media person per se. Orisha ló gbé mi síta. So I don't really know all these things, you understand? It was after I had my awakening that I started, doing my videos. So I am still not used to it. But of course, if there's a way that someone can teach me, I don't mind. So thank you very much for attending class. My name is Ogda Oluwashun Janet, and this is Living in Ewapele.